I think I overanalyze a lot. And it's something that I think I've been really working on to like not do so much. Because what happens? Because most people who overanalyze quite a bit can be judgy, like low key just be judging people, like just off a
So
habit.
why
You know
did you? So walk me through your process. That's why. Hey, that's why I be trying to tell that.
Yeah,
When somebody tell you that, when somebody
yeah,
tell you that,
yeah,
they
yeah,
calling you dumb. All right,
yeah.
remember I
Facts.
explained. I explained
Mhm.
what woke was. Woke means
Yeah,
black, right?
yeah,
And when they say, "Walk me through your process,"
yeah,
you just
yeah,
been insulted. You ain't
yeah.
know it. You ain't
That's
know it.
that's
When
that's
they
a
threw that
what?
shoe,
That's a bro. That's a microaggression that should immediately send like your radars off. Like, yo, did
Spidey
you
says,
just call me? Like, yeah, yeah.
"This
Especially,
nigga really called me and got right to my face."
to my face.
To my
Especially,
face.
especially if it's like a, especially if it's like a,
God,
if it's
you nigga.
about what? Especially, bro. Especially if they do
You
like
say
the
that to
if
my
they do like
face,
the
dog.
like if they do like the slight pause, like they stop and like squirt their eyes a little bit and be like, and they like lean forward a little bit. No, yeah,
Right before, but there was a split second.
yeah,
Right before you say, walk me through your process, that your brain
yeah.
says, oh, this nigga dumb. What comes out is,
Yeah,
walk me through your process.
yeah,
But there's a split second, it's
yeah,
dicey. It's dicey.
yeah. You realize that,
By
dang,
saying
this
it.
person is actually he's actually an idiot. He's actually an idiot.
Oh, he's a freaking idiot. So
It almost
you ever had that joint happen where it's like
yo.
where you like
Oh
when you
man.
like you say something
Yeah.
I'm like and you're afraid of somebody what you like wait what you say and you said what do you say you're like no you just said such and such. It's like oh shit I thought I said that in my head. It could have easily been one of those
Yeah,
situations.
yeah.
Oh this nigga dumb.
Yo, that's crazy. That's so crazy because that's really how it be. Like it's like
Yeah.
like it hits you like a ton of bricks. Like, dang, this person is really an idiot. Because what also goes through your mind, right? Like even that split second is like you're thinking about like this person is a full grown adult and they survived this long. Like because you're thinking about like their whole life story.
Come when we.
Yeah, you're thinking about their whole life story and all the possibilities. Yeah. Like it's just like, oh, okay, and you have to accept that as a person, right, and move past it.
No, but I told you
Yeah.
you this. I had the very similar epiphany
Mm.
where some things will happen with me, and I'm like, I've tried too hard my whole life. My
Yeah,
bad.
no, that's a fact. That's a fact.
My bad.
That's a fact.
I was trying too hard
That's a
because I
fact. That's a good
tried
point.
hard
Yeah, that's a good point.
make it where I'm at.
That's a good point.
It was a lot of work. I had to like,
Yeah.
I came all the way down and crashed back down to earth and had to build back up again.
Yeah.
It took a lot, and I was just trying. I could have gave up. There was challenges all over the place, right? But speaking of challenges, shout out, another challenge day. Follow us on the YouTubes.
Absolutely.
To get to where I'm at, and I'll have a situation with somebody. I'm kind of a conversation with them, and at work, and these are my cohorts, and it's like, how did you like now that I see you and I know how did you make it here?
Bro, people really start at a different starting line, man.
Like, they start at a different spot.
Yeah, they really do. They really do, bro.
I was like, but see, that's the thing. So it's like I had to try that hard. Because if I didn't, they would still make it here.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would not make it nowhere near it. But they it was a rude awakening. So we're like when you're like when you say to someone and you get to the point you're like walk me through your process.
Yeah.
All of that. It's like you say, how the hell is this person my cohort who I'm competing with? Either I'm far behind the game and I should have progressed way further than this by now, or niggas started at different levels. Yeah. And some people started way up.
The game is rigged from the beginning, from the very beginning.
But let's not overanalyze that.
Yeah, right. Case in point, right? So, I found myself, and we kind of actually touched on this some time ago about just like me trying to refrain from like judging people, even if they give me like all the evidence to do so. I need to be like, you know what? They have their own walk. They have their own life. This is just what it is. Right? Yeah, no, it's like it's not my ministry. I think, and the reason why this is definitely a challenge, and it might be a recurring challenge because I think this is just who I am as a person, bro. Like, and it doesn't have to do anything with like what I've accomplished in my life because we came from humble beginnings for real. You know what I'm saying? But a part of it could be because of that, right? Part of it could be because of like, dang, bro, I worked really hard to get to this spot, bro. This guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, so part of it could be that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so it's kind of like, but it gives a little bit of like it. So in Christendom, we kind of call this same kind of thing holier than thou. You've heard that before, right? So like it kind of gives that kind of a feel.
It's giving holier.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you feel me? Like, so it's kind of like, all right, I was like, okay, I need to chill.
What up, fam? It's Darwin, the guy that was just talking. First off, thanks for watching and supporting the show. But I gotta give y'all some homework. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to interact with the show. That means 1, hitting that like button, because I know you like our stuff. 2, make sure you subscribe, so we can swim our way up your timeline whenever we drop new content. The third thing, please share the channel with your friends. Maybe they'll learn a thing about a thing or two. Oh, last thing, we're over here talking about what y'all talking about. So go ahead and carry that conversation on into the comments. We be up in there too.
I think there is a place to like assess something, right? Where it's like, okay, that's wrong, or like that's like, no, you wilding, bro. You're not like, there is a place for that, right? Like there's a place where you really got to be like, yo, I got to be real, bro. I got to call this out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this specific thing right here, bro, has nothing to do with how I feel about anything. This is crazy.
Could you imagine that work? You're like the manager or some shit, right? And then like, and then the dude sends you over to check his code.
Yeah.
Right. And you stand over his shoulder real quick, like you look. Could you imagine saying in your corporate job, you wildin', bro?
For real. Yo,
you wildin', bro. What the fuck is this? You dumb.
Or just be like, or just look at him. Just look at him and stare at him for a while and be like, get up.
You gotta go.
Get up.
We gotta go. Security.
Bro, it really be like that sometimes. Like it really be like that because it's like, dang, bro.
So you think when you're overanalyzing, you're judging because you're overanalyzing?
I think it transitions into that.
Oh, okay.
Right, because I don't think there's nothing wrong with analysis, right? Like we do those things subconsciously and consciously all the time. Like we make decisions, we perceive certain things, we interpret things all the time, and we're always ingesting data. You know what I'm saying? Like in just life, just moving around. But like when you get to a point where, and I kind of read a little bit of an article about like people who tend to, which I thought was interesting. People who have like a habit of like overanalyzing everything, they usually rank higher when it comes to anxiety. Like a lot of them always have like quite a bit of like, anxiety.
I overanalyze all the time. You can see I go all these damn rabbit holes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like there's like
every permutation.
Yeah. So there's like studies on that like these type of folks are more prone or susceptible to like have high, like just having anxiety, just have anxiety about everything. So, and I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of see how that connection could be made there. I'm like, okay, I get that. So that's one reason why I want to curb that, right? So like, because anxiety can produce stress and all that, right? So like, and I'm big on like just limiting the amount of stress that I intake on a day-to-day. So So that's one of the reasons why it's a challenge that I am currently overcoming. But also like it could be a thing of like even if you're like looking for relationships, right? If like if a person is
you could end up seeing every little thing wrong with
every, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, like because I got a homie of mine who is also is single, and he, bruh, and this guy he's a solid brother. Like this guy's a solid dude. He's a believer. He gets a good job. Like,
are you looking for a trophy? He's looking for a trophy.
Man, because he's got to a place where like, I mean, he's how old is he? He just turned 40, right? Like a really good homie of mine, right? And this guy's solid, right? Like he's into fitness, so like he's like very in shape, like 3% body fat, so he's healthy. He has a sound mind, like he's highly intelligent. He's in cybersecurity. Solid dude, he has a really good job. He gets to travel wherever he wants. He's financially stable. All these things. He's got his own place, his own car. Like he's good. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy is financially he has financial freedom. Like he's good. But he could never like stay with a chick. Like it never lasts. And it's not really. It's hard to say that it's really dim because I don't know those chicks. I mean, I talk to him, we have conversations, but like it's always something that he finds that's just like, yeah, I can't with that. Like, yeah, I can't with that.
Meanwhile, he's becoming 41.
Yeah, he's aging, getting old, and I'm like, bro, like you gotta compromise a little bit, bro, like a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But like, and it just made me think about that. It's kind of like, but that's what overanalyzing does. Like, there are things that could be like, I mean, there are red flags, right? But there are things that could be like really like yellow orange that you could work out and like through time, they can improve. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of like, so like, honestly, if this person is meeting majority of the things that you would find in a partner or spouse, then you should probably explore that. But
so they're probably making that same kind of decision about you as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So they're like, oh, this person isn't 100%, but you know, he's 50 or 60% what I'm looking for. I can work with.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
But like, I wonder if dudes that do that ever consider a woman or a partner, whoever they're looking for, that is doing that about themselves.
How would they know that?
They wouldn't know that, but maybe they just operate that way too. Maybe they just operate that way. But they're looking for this dude with the specific thing.
Yeah, women definitely do that for sure.
He's got to be financially stable. He's got to be 6'2", whatever. You know what I mean? He's got to do this.
It's funny because he's like 6'3", actually.
Okay, so he's checking all these boxes, but then there's this other box that who knows what that other box is. Does brunch. This nigga don't do brunch. You know what I mean? There's brunch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that could be that.
Like, oh, it could be that. Brunch. It's on his profile. I hate brunch and brunch bitches. She's like, but I'm a brunch bitch. Fuck that dude. You know what I mean? So
he could be disqualified himself.
Yeah, disqualified. You know what I'm saying? So
that's very possible. And we hear this all the time. It's like standards, right? You of course have a standard, but don't make them unattainable. Yeah. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like because one, you're doing a disservice to yourself, and number two, like you are hindering yourself from having like actual real relationships. It could amount to nothing, but this person could be somebody who could be like a connection to someone else. Yeah, you could probably find your spouse through this person, right? And that's
they get to know you a little bit. They be like, you know what? I'm not really feeling our chemistry, but I have a good friend who loves tennis. Yeah, and you know what I mean. And you're into tennis, which could be a niche thing or something like that. Yeah. Just whatever, you know, and boom, there's a connection.
Yeah, so I think so I'm saying all that, and I use that example to say that a lot of times I think when I particularly overanalyze, I could kind of even talk myself out of certain things because I'm like, nah, this is this and that. This has more cons than pros, so I'm just not gonna this is like I feel like 52% sure on this, but nah, I don't like the 52%. If it was 65%, I probably like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like so I feel like this like, and that's just like even like in day-to-day decisions sometimes. Like I find myself going.
So that's what I'm gonna say too. Is like is it for like all kinds of objectives?
Not
specifically. So it could be at work.
Yeah, it could be at work. Okay. It could be like so. It could be that's just like my person. That's why I said at the beginning, like I think it's really just my personality. Do I get the
gym membership or not?
That's a good example. There was another gym I was considering that's up the street. And I even filled out little forms or whatever RCPs to like actually go there and check it out. But I was like, they don't really have this. I'm not really feeling this. I don't really like that. So I'm like, it might not be a good spot for me. But I still have another gym membership that I have like with LA Fitness that I barely be going to because I be working out at the crib. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, see, I'm kind of doing myself a disservice because it's like I'm not using that gym as often as I used to. At least LA Fitness as often as I used to. But neither here nor there. But that's the thing though. Like you can kind of like you try to rationalize something and find yourself coming to a irrational decision and not realize it, or irrational conclusion and not realize it, right? But you kind of corner yourself in like, I'm going to convince myself this is the right thing because I thought about this long enough, and I'm just going to avoid it altogether. So it's a challenge that I have that I'm overcoming because I think what I've done recently is become faster when it comes to decision making, and also I try not to.
It's funny how long you pause.
No.
That to be the thing that you said after that long ass pause.
Right after the pause. Yeah, because I was actually trying to formulate what I was gonna say, but I get it. I see the point that you're making. I see the point that you're making.
Yeah, that's what I done. Wait a second. Let me analyze this. I'm getting quick. Yes. I'm getting quicker.
That's why I said it's a work in progress. That's exactly why I said it's a work in progress.
Oh, you like that? You like that, didn't you? Well, for more clips, click here.
Absolutely, and for the full show, click here.
I can't even see your hand.
Oh, crap.